Let me share something simple, but something that can genuinely change the way you see things. Thoughtful. If you've ever found yourself lying awake, replaying a conversation with her in your head, trying to figure out whether she actually liked you or was just being polite, you're not the only one. A lot of men go through that exact cycle. The problem is, the more you stay stuck in that thinking, the more it slowly eats away at your confidence. Ahí says, what could have been a clear moment of attraction turns into uncertainty and hesitation. But there's something important you need to understand if you want real clarity. Thoughtful. When a woman is genuinely interested in you, she doesn't keep you confused forever. She might not come out and say it directly, but her behavior will always reveal the truth. There are certain things she asks, certain ways she engages, that come from real curiosity and interest. Curious. These are not random or meaningless. They're signals. And if you're aware and grounded in yourself, you'll start to notice them naturally. Thoughtful. But if you're second-guessing yourself all the time, you'll miss them completely. Attraction is not as complicated as people make it out to be. It doesn't always come with loud or obvious signs. Most of the time, it shows up in small, subtle ways. Softly. The way her voice softens when she talks to you. The way her focus stays locked on you longer than usual. The way she lingers a little closer or creates moments where you have the chance to close that distance. None of these things happen by accident. Thoughtful. These are quiet signals, and once you understand them, your whole perspective shifts. The issue is that many men overlook these signs because they overthink everything. Thoughtful. Instead of trusting what they're seeing, they convince themselves she's just being friendly. They start doubting their own instincts. Confident. But the truth is, attraction always reveals itself through action. Curious. A woman who is interested will naturally find reasons to talk to you. She will look for ways to keep the interaction going. Thoughtful. She will stretch conversations instead of ending them quickly. These are clear indicators, but only if you're paying attention. One of the first things she might do is ask about your time. It could be something like, what are you doing later? Or when are you free? Curious. On the surface, it sounds casual, almost like small talk. But it's more than that. It's an opening. She's trying to see if she can fit into your world, into your schedule. Thoughtful. She's imagining spending time with you, and time is one of the most valuable things anyone can offer. When she's asking about yours, it carries intention. A confident man understands what's really being asked in that moment. Calm. He doesn't rush to impress or come across as overly eager. He stays composed. He answers clearly, without over-explaining, while still showing that he values his own time. Thoughtful. That balance is powerful. It shows that you're interested, but not desperate. That's thoughtful. And that's exactly what keeps attraction alive. At the same time, she's also observing how you respond. She wants to see if you'll make space for her, but she also wants to see if you respect yourself enough not to drop everything instantly. Confident. When you handle that calmly, you naturally stand out. Another strong sign comes from the way she shows care. Thoughtful. She might check in and ask if you got home safely. She might ask if you've eaten or how your day has been. These questions seem simple, but they carry real meaning. They show that she's thinking about you even when you're not around. Sincere. That's not just politeness. That's emotional investment starting to build. When she remembers small details about your life or brings up things you mentioned before, it shows attention. Thoughtful. And attention is one of the clearest forms of interest. It means you're on her mind. Excited. It means she's slowly becoming more comfortable with you. Sincere. That comfort is the foundation of deeper attraction. It creates a space where connection can grow naturally. The key here is how you respond. A lot of men make the mistake of becoming too eager the moment they feel that attention. Thoughtful. They start seeking approval or over-investing too quickly, but that usually breaks the balance. A grounded man does the opposite. He acknowledges her effort, matches her energy, but stays steady. Calm. He doesn't lose himself in the process. He allows the connection to build without forcing it. If you want better outcomes in your interactions, you have to learn to read intent instead of just listening to words. Thoughtful. Words can be polite, friendly, even misleading at times, but actions are always honest. When you notice her making an effort, that's your signal to respond with your own effort, but without losing your self-respect. Confident. That's what keeps the dynamic strong. A lot of men focus too much on getting attention instead of understanding it. Thoughtful. They react too fast, invest too much too soon, and end up losing control of the situation. Calm. But when you move with awareness, everything changes. You don't rush. You don't try to force outcomes. Thoughtful. You let things develop at a natural pace while staying centered in who you are. Always remember this. Thoughtful. A woman who is truly interested will create space for you in her life. She will ask about your time. She will show care in small but consistent ways. She will look for opportunities to connect with you. Reassuring, you don't have to guess every detail or overanalyze every word. You just need to observe what's actually happening. Attraction is quiet. Thoughtful. It doesn't need to be loud to be real. But once you know what to look for, it becomes clear. Trust your instincts. Stay calm in your actions. Respond with confidence instead of doubt. When you start recognizing these patterns, that confusion you once felt begins to fade. In its place, you gain a sense of control and clarity. At the end of the day, it's not about chasing someone or trying to force interest. It's about recognizing when that interest already exists. Thoughtful. And once you see that clearly, everything about the way you move begins to change. The way you speak becomes more natural. The way you carry yourself becomes more confident. Sighs. And that confidence doesn't feel forced anymore. It grows on its own. So stop overthinking every little detail. Calm. Start paying attention to what's actually in front of you. Listen carefully to the questions she asks. Notice the effort she puts in. And respond in a calm, grounded way. That's how you turn uncertainty into real connection and simple interest into something much deeper.